This one little book is my absolute favorite part of the day. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy, and today I'm going to be reviewing the enrichment studies from Simply Charlotte Mason, and I'm going to show you why this little book that cost me $24 is my favorite part of the entire day, and it covers so much. I cannot believe how much this one book covers in just 1 year. And I'll explain why that happens. But I am really excited to show this to you because this is the first year that we have used this. So this is brand new to us. I am brand new to the Simply Charlotte Mason curriculum, but it's really easy to get the hang of. And I think I overcomplicated it in my mind for a while, but this is super simple to follow along with. So let's jump into this video. If you are not familiar with Charlotte Mason is a method of teaching, and it focuses really heavily on literature and kind of spreading a feast of ideas and subjects out, but spending less time on those subjects. So you're spending less time, but it's more concentrated time, okay? So you're working really hard, but for a shorter period of time. And this little book here is all of the enriching things. So there's a lot in this book, okay? I have like a stack of things that kind of goes along with this that make it special, and it makes our homeschool day really special, I think. This is for all grades, okay? So this is for grades 1 through 12, and there's a lot of subjects in here. So I'm going to read off the list of subjects for you so you can understand how much is packed into this one little book. Picture study, poetry, Shakespeare, music study, nature study, hymn study, scripture memory, handicrafts, art instructions, habit training, foreign language, and literature. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm going to tell you this up front. You do not have to do all of those to get a lot out of this book, okay? This is just what this book offers, okay? So this book will offer all of those subjects, but you don't have to do them all. You can kind of pick and choose. That's what we do. So we concentrate on a few of these, and we follow this system throughout our school day. Now, the Charlotte Mason school year is broken up into 3 terms of 12 weeks. So you have term 1, which is 12 weeks, term 2, 12 weeks, term 3, 12 weeks, which equals a 36-week school year. Again, do you have to follow that to use this book? I don't think so, but that is how it is broken up. So you're going to see 3 chunks in there, and each section of 12 weeks is going to focus on different things. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that works. So here's what we are using with this system or with this book. We are doing the scripture memory. Now with the scripture memory, I did buy a box, and it opens up just like this. I got it on Amazon for, I don't know, like less than $20. I printed out the scripture memory cards, which were free on the Simply Charlotte Mason website, and I just laminated them. I have a laminator here at the house. Every homeschool mom needs a laminator. I mean, I've had my laminator for so long now. I don't even remember how many years ago it was I bought it, but it's super handy. And I follow the scripture memory system on the Simply Charlotte Mason website. She has a whole breakdown video of how to use that. This is how we're using it. And I've been memorizing it too with my son, so that's been fun. Okay, so scripture memory, that's the first thing that we do. We are also doing the music/composer study. I bought the 3-pack because we're going to use these all year. So this one will be term 1, this one will be term 2, this one will be term 3. We are starting with Bach, and I love this because it takes you all the way through the whole school year. It comes with a CD. It comes with a CD. I don't have a CD player at home, but I've been streaming the music, and I've been following what it tells me to do in here. My son actually uses the CD in his computer throughout the day. I stream it when we're doing it on like as a family. And then you have the whole book in here, which has pictures and stories about Bach, which comes in really handy when you have older kids. Each one of these follows the same system. So I have the 3-pack of those. So that is all for one school year. We are doing poetry, and we are doing Robert Frost. So I have these 2 books from Robert Frost, and I made out my own poetry schedule. So that is the only thing that we're doing a little bit different from here, because my son requested that we study Robert Frost. I may or may not do Shakespeare. I don't know. I purchased it. It wasn't that expensive. These books are relatively cheap, but I don't know. I haven't decided on Shakespeare yet. But we don't start Shakespeare until term 3, so I have some time to think it over. We are also doing nature study. So this is the Simply Charlotte Mason Nature Notebook, and we do these on Fridays. So this is the last thing we do on Friday. After all the other work is done, we'll go outside, and my son will take his journal out there and journal something he either saw during the week, or he'll find something outside following the prompts that are in here. The paper in here is really nice and thick, which I really like. And the cover is really thick too. I feel like it's like laminated, which is really nice. So this is a really, really great nature journal if you need a nature journal. And then we're doing picture study. I only have 2 of the 3 right now. So right now we are doing Rembrandt. These are awesome. It has like these full color pictures and everything, and it has a book about the artist. Sorry, that's upside down. There's a book about the artist inside, and it tells you about the paintings, and it has like a little biography of the artist's life. So again, these are kind of like the music studies where you're going to do 1 per 12-week term. So right now we're doing Rembrandt, and I am just following what is in here, okay? Now it will tell you the specific resources that you're going to use throughout the year. So they have like 30 different artists that you can study. So you can either get the one that they're doing for this specific book, or follow along with a different book, kind of like we did with Robert Frost, and just do a study when it tells you to do the study, okay? So you can kind of make it up on your own, or you can follow the plans exactly. Most of this, I'm following the plans exactly, but there is a huge list of resources right here. So when you buy this book, you do not get all of this stuff with it. You have to buy that separate. But again, you don't have to buy all of these things. You can kind of pick and choose what you want, like off of a menu. So I think that that's a really great thing to do, and it offers you a lot of flexibility with this curriculum. So in the beginning, they have term 1, which is the first 12 weeks of school, and it's going to tell you your resource list for term 1, and then it's going to break it up into 3 groups of children. Okay, you're going to have the young group, the middle group, and the older group, elementary, middle, high school. So my child is in the older group because he's in 9th grade. And then it has a table of a suggested weekly schedule, and it's going to tell you basically the subjects that you'll be doing in this book on each day. So day 1, it has scripture memory, habit training if you want to do habits, picture study, and then the family read aloud. We are not doing the family read aloud or really the habit study because I have an older child, and the book that they have in here for the read aloud, my son has already read, and he has a heavy literature study right now with what he's already doing. I can't add another book, just in good faith. I couldn't add another book to his schedule. So that is okay. I'm okay with that. So what I really like is just how it is broken down for each day. Okay, so it tells you everything step by step. Each day has day whatever. So I think today we're on day 26, maybe 26. So it'll say day 26. It'll tell me all the resources that I need, and it will walk me through what to do with each and every subject that I'm going to be doing that day. it's really easy to follow along. It's silly easy to follow along, which is what I like about this. That is the beauty of this entire thing. And if you have high schoolers like I do, these count for high school credits. So my son is actually going to get high school credit for the things that we are doing. Now we're only spending maybe 5 to 15 minutes on each thing, but over the course of an entire year, that really adds up. And at the end of the year, he can have like a full half credit in some of these things. So I try to keep track as best I can with what we're doing. And there's a lot of videos on the Simply Charlotte Mason website about this, so I don't want to go too far into it. But with all of the things that you're doing combined, it really makes for some great fine arts credit. So this is going to be great on his transcript. So their suggestion for high school credit is 1/4 of a credit for fine arts and half a credit for literature. And if you use the similar enrichment studies for all 4 years of high school, the student will earn 1 full credit of fine arts and 2 of literature. So what I plan to do is to use the different enrichment studies all throughout his high school time. And they do have 3 books. And I think that this is going to work out really well for us. You can get a printed book or an ebook. And you can get like a PDF. Some of the books I've actually done that with on the Simply Charlotte Mason website. And they look like this. This is just a sample PDF here. And you can kind of get a good idea of what this looks like here. And that's why I like showing these, because it's a really great way to kind of show you what this looks like. And this is the complete list of resources right here. So you can kind of see the different things that they offer. Again, you don't have to do all of these, but they offer them. And then they have read aloud suggestions. And then it shows you where to find the resources. And then here is the first term. So 12 lessons, 5 lessons a week. And then they have a resource list right here. Again, you don't have to buy all this. I'm not even doing these. I'm just doing a handful of them. And then here is the suggested weekly schedule. And it tells you if you do all of these, okay, it's approximately 1 hour, but only if you do all of them. And most of your time is actually going to be spent reading your read aloud together, okay? A lot of these things will not take as long as it says, especially like if you're really good with them. Now, like nature study, we do take a little bit more time for nature study, but like our scripture memory, maybe 3 minutes tops. Poetry, yeah, 5 minutes. Foreign language, we're not even doing. I have a full foreign language course right now for my son. We're not doing habits. Our music study takes about 10 to 15 minutes each Wednesday that we do that. So really, it just, you know, when you get into it, you can kind of see how long it takes you. Okay, so this is what it looks like here. So here is lesson 1, and it's going to tell you everything you need for Monday, the first day that you start this. And it's going to give you a little bit more in the first week, because you don't know what you're doing with each one. So it's going to kind of guide you through this. And it's going to give you a place to look up some of these websites on how to use like the scripture memory system. And then it's going to guide you through like where you need to start and stop your family read aloud. And then it's going to have a section for the middle, the older, and the younger children here. So here's day 2. So you're going to do your scripture memory again. And then you can do I Sing the Mighty Power of God for your hymn study. If you're doing hymn study, it's going to tell you exactly what poem you're reading for their poetry study. But we don't follow this. We read our own poem in our Robert Frost book, and that seems to work out well for us. So you can just kind of pick and choose what you want for each of these. So for me, I'm going to do the scripture memory. I'm going to do the music study. And that's really going to be it for that day 3. And day 4, I'm going to be doing scripture memory. I'm going to be doing, yeah, that's it. We're just going to be doing scripture memory for this. We already do a lot of stuff with hymns with our church, and my son is, he's on the music team, so we do a lot of hymns. So I don't feel like we need to really go into more hymns for school, just because he does that on the side for music. And he already has a handicraft that he does, so we don't need to do an additional handicraft. So a lot of this stuff is kind of just like woven into our natural life that I don't really need to add for school. So again, I am really new to Charlotte Mason and to Simply Charlotte Mason resources. This is the first time I've ever used their stuff. I'm not a pro at it. I'm just a mom who thinks that this stuff is cool, and I just like to tell my friends about it. So this little study has added so much to our entire homeschool day. I feel like me and my husband and my son have learned so much just through this little 15-minute thing that we do each day, and it adds a lot of richness to our homeschool day. And I think it's just a really great way to kind of bring the family together for something that is outside the norm of your, reading, writing, arithmetic type of thing. So a lot of fun, highly recommend it. We've been doing it now for 2 months. I really enjoy it. I am excited to see, what we're going to be doing in term 2. And yeah, I really like it. Right now, I think the music is my favorite, the composer study. It's Monday, so we're going to be doing art, so we're going to be doing Rembrandt. I always put our picture right up here that we're studying each week up on our board, and that way we can kind of get used to the art studies too. There's so many great things to learn about, and so many great artists, and so many great composers, and listening to this music. We listen to Bach all throughout the day now, just on repeat in the house. I just stream it on our television. It's really neat. So really like it. I really, really like it, and I think you guys will too. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy homeschooling.